scroll, click, comment, and share. The usual things we do when we use social media that in the long run became our own routine. We've been posting a lot about body positivity, women empowerment, equal rights, political viewpoints, and even our own personal experiences. But have we stopped and thought for a while? Is this the right thing to post? Am I sharing something valuable? Am I a media literate? If you're wondering now, here are a few steps or reminders on how to usefully utilize media contents and become media literate. What you see, read, or hear does not reflect reality. One of the five basic concepts of media literacy stated by the Ontario Ministry of Education in Canada is that all media messages are constructed. Therefore, what we see, read, or hear from the contents we open through our social media platforms does not reflect or mirror the reality we often try to believe. The use of media allows quick distribution of information, and with billions of people using social media, even just one person has the ability to influence the world. So think about this. Does your virtual life reflect your real life? Now, again, ask yourself, while scrolling through your social media contents, the people you follow on Instagram, the internet friends you have, and the information posted on your newsfeed, do all of this mirror reality? So, for the first step in media literacy, one must not adhere to what is seen virtually. Do not get attached to the virtual world you signed up for. For the second step, to not be so fast to click or accept any online requests. With the knowledge that social media contents does not reflect reality, one should be careful and think twice before accepting online requests. To increase social media literacy or media literacy in general, one must have the ability not just to identify and use different types of media, but also one must be able to know the messages embedded within these media contents. The world had become increasingly interconnected, that media platforms allow us to connect, meet, and communicate with different kinds of people, internationally and locally. And sometimes this is where the harm starts. Although social media and media had given us many benefits, like narrowing the gap between countries, cultures, and people, like a sun, it has its own shadow. And this shadow reflects social media bullies, cyber criminals, information snatchers, and even scammers who uses media platforms to fulfill their ill intentions. So let us always keep in mind that although we can easily relate to people within our virtual community, we must be very selective to whom we give our trust. For the third step, do not just post something because you feel like posting about it. With the world swimming in with an endless stream of information, do not just go with the current's flow. Evaluate first before tapping that post button. Do not assume that because you have a strong password for every social media accounts that you have and you know all the takes and turns of the world you entered, that does not eliminate the fact that you are not entirely safe and there are other people watching you. Hence, we need to ask a few questions first before hitting post. Why am I posting? Do I really need to post this? What do others gain from this? What do I gain from this? What will be the consequences if I post this? If I am sharing this content, is the source valid and reliable? Are my posts really private? Is it legal to post this kind of stuff? So before posting anything, ask these questions to yourself. And remember, post to inspire, encourage, spread positivity, honesty, and love. If achieved, then definitely you are developing into a media literate person. For the fourth step, recognize and acknowledge every perspective. Every content created, shared, or posted has its own personal perspective. To enhance media literacy, one must be able to recognize and acknowledge these perspectives. Accept and use all of this to further enhance your learning. Do not just rely with the one-sided content or information posted on your social media feed. It does not directly tell the entire story. Consider other content's ideas or perspectives. Compare, analyze, and synthesize information so that when it's your turn to use media, you'll know the essential elements to incorporate. For the next step, don't hate, instead educate. In the real world, we often furrowed our brows when we see or hear something unnecessary or irrelevant. That goes the same way in the virtual world. However, we do not need to argue, rant, or insult others just to impose our own share of beliefs or opinions. People have different ways of viewing what you have written or responded in social media. Thus, it is best to consider if what you posted uses kind words as an approach. If we do not agree with what others have shared or posted or responded, we do not need to spread hateful comments about them. Instead, educate them. You can personally message them and say what you think is appropriate, but of course, in a rightful manner. Again, do not let hate sit on your table. Invite kindness and use media to educate. And lastly, share the knowledge on how to properly use media. You are one of the witnesses on how social media and the internet change people's lives. And no matter how many times we flip the coin, there are always two sides on it. Which means, even though social media had helped us, there are still negative sides to it. With that understanding, it is now your turn to spread awareness and help other people become just like you, a media literate individual.
Think before you click.
Think before you click.
Think before you click.
Think before you click.
So when you get back to scroll on your feed or use any media platforms, remember these steps or reminders and think. Think first before clicking that button. Have a good day.